Welcome back to VFX Mage, where we uncover the magic of movies. Today we are diving into the funniest and most bizarre scene in superhero cinema. Deadpool regrowing his legs. So basically the steps to creating Deadpool's legs is beginning by having a clean plate. That means no Ryan Reynolds, just the set, knowing where he's going to be, whether it's a scene that he's on the couch, which makes it a little bit easier. You can also use tape on the floor so that the camera does the same movement when Ryan Reynolds is in the scene itself. There are actually cameras now that are coded to move a specific way each time so that clean plates are easier to line up to the final footage. And the reason that you would need a clean plate is for later down the road. Then you would redo the entire scene again with Ryan Reynolds using his motion track leggings, which are awesome. Now the reason that you wouldn't use green screen, yes, green screen is great for keying out objects. The only problem is that we do want to overlay it with digital legs, and the tracking patterns on the leggings just make it easier for a motion tracker to track the legs in which they are, and then a rotoscope artist can just go in and fully remove the legs using the clean plate so that you don't really need that green screen, but you get the data of motion tracking, so you get the data of where Ryan Reynolds' legs are supposed to be for both the 3D environment that the 3D artist can use for their animation, as well as the compositor can use it in Nuke or Flame to then use that tracking information to line up with Ryan Reynolds' body. So that's why those leggings that are very fashionable are used not only in Deadpool but in multiple movies, and they are definitely the go-to leggings for these type of effects in which they are replacing one type of legs with another. Another example of this is Percy Jackson. They do it with Grover's legs as well, which is pretty cool. Comment down below if you want me to do a behind the scenes of how they did some of the effects for the new Percy Jackson TV show that just came out on Disney+. Now once that tracking information is given to the animator then is able to, in the 3D software of their choice or their studio's choice, will then animate the legs into mirroring that of a toddler. There are things, of course, a toddler doesn't do that Ryan Reynolds' legs does, but that's just because it's Deadpool's legs, okay? You gotta add a little flair to it.
Not really necessary.
But either way, the animator definitely catches that essence of a toddler learning to walk again, which is very beautiful, and I believe one of the hardest things in a walk simulation. So they did it brilliantly. You then go ahead and give that to a compositor, and then using that tracking information of where the waist is, you then have that compositor layer in the already animated legs of the toddler, usually on an alpha, so that they are easier to get into the shot. Do a little bit of rotoscope cleanup just to make sure that it looks seamless and like the legs are part of Ryan Reynolds' body rather than just a stick-on legs on top. And then blending, honestly, and a lot of rotoscoping and feathering that goes along with this scene to make a beautiful composite of Ryan Reynolds and these CGI legs, which is always really fun to see the conclusion of, and it definitely sells with the expressions of the characters that Deadpool interacts with. It's just so brilliant. You know, it's definitely uncomfortable, it's definitely weird, but it is also really funny and very Deadpool. So this is why I love this scene. I love that you get to see practical effects and digital effects come together so seamlessly. And that's a lot of Deadpool. You know, Deadpool really likes their practical stuff. They really like to make sure that as much as they can do on set they do, and it is beautifully done. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you hit that like button, subscribe to VFX Mage, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any other of our magical movie moments. Drop a comment below on what scene you'd like to discuss next. Until next time, keep the magic alive.